Okay, here we go again with another game of Game of Age of Mythology to cast. In this top side, in the right side, we have Illuminati playing his set. He's playing a lot of set recently and grinding very well. Although he did try some weird cheese against this guy called Moose, and I did actually manage to win. I don't know how I beat Illuminati, to be honest. He's playing extremely well. I think he was just trying some dodgy stuff, and I managed to sneak a win. But anyway, enough about that one. And on the bottom side is Benny WR. I haven't seen a Benny game in ages. There was one of the tournaments that we did cast Benny in, playing against Ethereal, Divine, and he was the only guy that I've seen do the anti-Divine strat, and I want other people to try it that are better than me, that are at that level. And it's play him 3 TCs against his 2 TCs. Benny did that one game, and he blew him out of the water. I need to see more people do that. But anyway, we're talking about this game. It is Set versus Isis, so it is an Egyptian mirror. Now, what happens in Egyptian mirrors? Now, quite often, it's a 2 TC fast heroic. That's normally the option. But what are these TC? I mean, this TC is horrendous. For the sets, TCs don't really matter as much as in how good they are, because you can bring your animals over as long as it's defensive in some sort of way that someone can't just aggress on you really easily. There is also a gold mine here, but what do the forward ones look like? And it's Step again, another Step game that we're watching. I mean, the forward ones are better, and it doesn't feel as bad to go for a forward one in an Egyptian mirror, just from the sheer fact that you're not going to be aggressed on super early, and if you do, you have access to the same things. So what Benny can do here is he can use his prosperity really early, get a decent amount of priests out. That will put a stop to any Illuminati kind of damage that he wants to do. Say he wants to get out a second Anubite, plus send his priest or pharaoh or whatever craziness he really wants to do, all his animals over. The Isis can stop that pretty easily. And then just the same the other way around. Even if the prosperity gets dropped, priests go over to the second town center, then the set has the animals to really defend it. So I mean, if they want to go for these forward town centers, they definitely can, unless they go for some super greedy advanced time, like a 5-minute uptime into grabbing town centers. Now, that is when you can really fall flat and you can lose pretty quickly, but I won't expect to see that in this kind of level. And what build is Benny going for? It's kind of what I do want to see. So he's moving over here. So he is the Isis. So he has grabbed his Flood of the Nile very, very quickly. He's grabbed his pickaxe, and he will be going for a 420-ish, whatever the time is. I think it's like 418. And is he going to drop his prosperity down? It does move over 11 villagers to the gold mine. So I think this build is clean. I think this is, you can go with 1 villager earlier if you get like the perfect setup, but I think this is the kind of standard Isis timing to get a good advance time, get your techs in, and get on the gold mine. You can go way faster if you delay your Flood of the Nile until now. So say you send your villagers to build the temple first of all, and then you get up for, I believe it's whatever the one before 4 minutes is. So would that be a 340? You can get up for that advanced time with the prosperity, get your Flood of the Nile in, then grab a town center, and it's really, really quick. But in this matchup, you don't really need to do that, so there's no reason to really think about that one. But let's have a look at some relics. So they seem to matter in these mirrors. So human soldiers, bonus damage against, what did that say? I'm going to actually, it was bonus damage against something, but now I can't click on it. That's crazy. House and manor drop sites are cheaper and build quicker. That doesn't really matter for anybody. We've got hero movement speed, probably not the biggest in an Egyptian matchup. They're really, really slow. Villager movement speed is nice. And is he going to be picking up this one? Which one was it? Human soldiers, damage versus buildings. Okay, so the Zeus relic. I think it was the Zeus relic. Yeah, bonus damage versus buildings. The old Zeus relic. I was a slow reader. Yeah, there's a couple of 0.2 ones, and both players go for the crap town center. I mean, maybe there's something about going for the crap town center that it's further back. I don't know. There's no point analyzing that. They've gone for the crap town centers. Has either of them seen that that's what the others have gone for? Not yet, but you would just assume. You would assume until you're proven otherwise, but it's still worth sending something just to confirm. But this is the very standard Egyptian mirror kind of matchup. Send your Anubai in it anyway, but now this is something when you're playing the Egyptian matchup, the mirror, of do you build a barracks or not? They are the complete opposite side, so whether or not you get much value from sending a kind of couple of spearmen forward is kind of questionable. But there is an option to build a barracks, get out a couple of spearmen, send them in, do a bit of a raid, put some idle time on your opponent, hope that you get that kind of damage done, because when you then get up to the next stage and there's chariot archers, your spearmen are just going to get sniped like instantly. But it could be a decent option. Both players did go Anubis also, so even if you do build a couple of spearmen, which Benny might do to try and put some pressure on, Illuminati can just drop his snakes down and you get pretty much no value from snakes. It's a pretty bad god power, so if you want to do that to defend your gold mine or defend your hunt spot or something, it's an absolute fine thing to do. Even dropping it now wouldn't be... Maybe you want to force something out before you drop it down, but that would be a fine way to use these guys. And I think one difference that we kind of see here is that Benny has gone for double monument, so he is going to have access to more favor in this game. So whether or not he wants to use that, go for Scorpion Men or something like that, or the other thing is if you do go Sobek, I think something we haven't really touched on yet is Sobek in these Egyptian matchups is so strong because you get the really good camels. So you get the camel upgrade where they get more HP, and you also get the Petsuchos, the crocodile laser boys, which are just, wow, they're just so strong. It's quite hard for the set player to actually deal with that one. So it'd be interesting to see how Illuminati deals with it. He is going for Nephthys, so double aggressive god power, and he's actually gone triple barracks. So something that Illuminati has access to, which Benny doesn't, is the extra range on your chariot archers. But we're not seeing that one because he is going through Nephthys, going to be getting those priests that are slightly stronger, better at healing. I have noticed that Illuminati plays a lot of set. He has some really good healing micro. So that definitely works with this Spirit of Martek. That's why the Anubites are just kind of hitting each other. They're not going to kill each other unless anyone overcommits. And Benny as well, getting his healing in. Healing his Anubite back up to full HP. Both players getting up to the next stage. And early copper weapons. That's, I wonder what that's for. That's an interesting choice. Not often we see kind of a very early one like that. It's also going pure gold. No second prosperity coming through though, because he only had the 2 monuments and no pharaoh on the monument, so no extra prosperity. He's going to be getting a market down, so just pure on gold, getting Mr. Usakaf, Mr. Usakaf, to get bonus gold, and then he's going to buy his food or his wood. I assume that's what that's there for, unless he goes double Migdal stronghold here, double Migdal here and here, then drops a monument to the priests here, or even deletes his back monument, drops that here, so that there's going to be no kind of access to your ancestors, to your Plague of Serpents on this position. Would be pretty nice. Looks like that is what he is going to be going for. So Necropolis coming on the Illuminati side. Did Benny get that one? No. So even though he's 2 monuments, didn't get this tech. This tech is so good. If you're going any favor-based anything, just grab this tech. It's so cheap. I think it's like 135 gold is the only big cost. But, I mean, you're Egyptian. You want lots of gold anyway, so... It's basically 45 wood. Super cheap tech. Now, what is Illuminati going for here? So he's got his triple barracks. He's got a nice setup here for this gold mine. This priest has been working overtime with the amount of gazelles he's actually managed to get. And not going for... second... Nope. He isn't going for a second Migdal. He's going for a second temple here. Also getting his Nebti out. So is expecting to have to deal with these crocodiles. Have either of these guys scouted each other? No. So no scout on this side. And looks like Illuminati did scout what Benny is doing. So he knows what he's up against. You can assume from the positioning, but still. Still, it's worth having a check, especially with the rock. Why not? Why not send the rock in? Nepti on the way, ballistics, copper shields. So planning to go into those priest and chariot archer combo to potentially defend what's going on. And a monument to the priests. I like it. I like it. This is my kind of ISIS play. Dropping these monuments in, also close to the pharaoh, so the pharaoh at any point can come over here, make this radius double the size, and get some good healing in, get some good god power blockage. And I think Benny has gone, not overkill, but I mean, he's got so many obelisks, even getting the tech to get more obelisk vision. And Illuminati's going to put a stop to that. They cost 5 gold. It's like, well, why not?
Into you.
Now, the first bit of aggression, we're 10 minutes in. First bit of aggression in the Egyptian matchup is the camels coming in, the spearmen saying nope. And the camels are going to have to run all the way back, even getting Serpent Spear in for the blue side to deal with these camel riders. So is committing to these spearmen, which I do like. I do like the set spearmen. Potentially going the other way, going Patar, does get you your leather frame shield, which makes them a little bit tankier. But more damage is also good. Does get the poison damage in. Funeral rites as well, so if the spearmen die, you get a little bit of gold back. Which is going to be nice. I think Illuminati does have to think about securing his next gold mine, though. Benny's gold mines were so close together, this was just an easy secure. You didn't even have to think about it. Whereas Illuminati does have to think about it here. Benny does have to rock this side. He can move into the middle of the map if he wants to. That's what he decides to do. And the camel riders are going to be having a look. Probably wants to use this locust swarm somewhere, plus the camels to surround is a good shout so that the villagers can't run away. And then you just start getting ahead from that. But camels could sneak around the side. There is watchtowers in though. No crenellations, so that it doesn't do crazy damage to them. But still, you gotta look for something. It is tough though. It is tough to get in once the watchtowers come up, because you just take so much damage. Illuminati here, just one cheeky wall would put a complete stop to that. And still, oh no, the obelisk coming up from the other side. All the priests building all the obelisks, all the blue dots, all the red dots. And the priests are going to start to go down. You don't want to lose these guys. Does he have the upgrade? He does have the upgrade, so they are 70 gold now. So not as bad as losing 100 gold, but still. You don't want to be losing these guys. They give you so much value with their heal. And I think Illuminati there, he wanted to go Horus. He did pre-queue it and then thinks, actually, I need to get more spearmen out. So you saw he basically had the resources there, but going, no, I'm kind of overstepped considering I'm going Mythic Age. Need to get a few spearmen out before doing that. He now has his units back, so he can cancel them if he really wants to, and then grab them in a second. Although he's pretty much there, can just force drop, and he'll be there. And is there going to be Mythic Age on this side? There is going to be a Thoth.
Into you.
I think Thoth for Isis is commonly picked because you do have the meteor, you have the big Thoth. What is it? Valley of the Kings, where when your pharaoh is empowering the Migdal, you get double of whatever you are producing. So it is very, very strong, especially if you're going quite early. I just really like Osiris for Son of Osiris gives crazy value. Especially in this kind of position with your 3 gold mines that you really want to defend here. In this kind of position with another Migdal stronghold here, the Son of Osiris moving between all of the Migdals would be crazy. Camel trying to run around this side. Oh, might even catch some of these laborers out here. There's no survival equipment for your laborers. I think they literally just missed each other. It just missed it. Also, big raid on this side. Didn't even notice that Benny was kind of quite exposed here. He has this side, which is even a little bit better for him. But the villagers on this side, I think they're going to get caught out. They did split 50-50, so the spearmen didn't find them. But it's going to be a pretty big find by this. He shouldn't be able to kill too many. Sometimes you find villagers like, oh, unless the units stay here. But sometimes you find a pack of villagers and you're like, right, I basically win now because I'm going to kill them all. But it doesn't always work out like that. Only manages to kill about 3. And on this side, Benny does get a bit of a raid off because he is slightly ahead in the villager numbers. But these camels are now walled in, so they are definitely going to go down. Does Benny know that? And he's just going to trade the spearman. Potentially that's what he's going for. Knows he's walled in, so he just goes, whatever, I'll just leave it be. But this is the scary bit. Petzebek upgrade is in, yes. And what is the toilet paper man? Oh, you mean the mummy. Yes, the mummy. But yeah, the Petzebeks are in, but they're kind of exposed. There's no Migdals here. There's not that many units. And the big tornado is... Are the Petzebeks going to get caught in this? Yeah, they are just sitting there, as well as the Nebti Priest, Nebti Pharaoh even coming in. And this is the issue with the Petzebek. You need some kind of fortification around them. A really nice play for the tornado from Illuminati. Absolutely huge. All of them go down except for one. Then it is now a meteor, but the tornado came in first. So it's going to use it on this position anyway. And basically going to be taking down a town center. And that is it. I think that might have been a panic meteor. Oh, could get some good villager kills though. They're all about 9 HP. If he can clean up all of these villagers, it's going to be absolutely worth, or at least a couple of them. But no, they're all going to get back. All the priests with their extra healing, and even the Avenger popping through. And I've been saying the Avengers need to be built. They just need to be built. They're so good. This is something that ISIS doesn't get and is ridiculously strong. Unfortunately, Petzebek caught in the middle of nowhere, and that guy, the Avenger's going to win that fight every day of the week. Look at him go, even pushing him away. And now Benny does have to retreat. I mean, he is fine here. He has just finished up his gold though. Does have to move on to this one. But he's got this gold mine here. He's got this gold mine here. He's fine for resources. It's just he's lost that fight military-wise pretty hard. Villagers so close though. Just needs to be able to retreat, sit underneath his Migdals, repop, get his Valley of the Kings, which he is getting now, and start pumping. And he will be able to bring himself back into this one. Now, what is Illuminati going for? He is grabbing Champion Spearman. Does he have all the upgrades? Yes, he does. Spear of Horus, greatest of the 50. Movement speed, HP, everything coming through. Now the Avengers on their way. And all of these 25 villagers wanted to probably go for this food and then secure this gold mine as well. It has to get pushed back just from the 2 myth units. That is rough. So even though the villager numbers are pretty equal, a lot of Benny's villagers haven't been working for a considerable amount of time. So he's going to have to get that one back. And while this is all going on, Illuminati gets double Migdal Stronghold up in the middle of the map. Meteor used, so he's more than happy to do that one and gets himself 2 gold mines, loads and loads of priests, and can probably just get a full pop and start sieging is going to be his plan. Still has an Ancestors as well, whereas Benny's basically used everything. He does have 42 favor still, so more Petzebek is fine sitting underneath this. Why not? And that is going to be the choice. It's going to be Chariot Archers, Levy Migdal Stronghold, as he wants all his Chariot Archers to come through from this position. Even just cancel these 3 and just get Champion and just double print for the time being would be, well, probably be beneficial.
Into you. In wedge.
And it will be pretty hard to aggress into this one. Catapult on his lonesome. That's 1 shot on Obelisk. Yeah, maybe that was a bit of an overstep with the one catapult with nothing there. So Benny survives for a little bit longer. He does need that champion. The champion is coming in. Definitely nice. Champion gives such big benefits. To be honest, it's one of the upgrades I forget so much, which is pretty silly because champion units are just ridiculously strong. There are a lot of priests here though, and yeah, just a couple of crocodiles on their own. It's just not the one. It's the mass crocodiles which makes them so strong. And now in come the Spinny Boys. They are just ridiculous raiders. So a nice fight coming in on this side from Benny. But how many villagers is he losing? Another spin coming in. And more villagers coming down. Avenger does go down. But how much damage was that? He just needs to build more. He's got 50 favor. That's 2. That's two Avengers. Needs to I'm going to keep saying it until we eventually see someone build these things. It does have an Ancestors dropped to try and push this position. Illuminati has no fortified TCs, but does have a Citadel somewhere? No? No, he didn't go Citadel, did he? Of course he didn't. I was wondering why the ISIS had more kind of similar population. It's because she's ISIS and then has one town center, or one town center less. There you go. We worked it out. So armory-wise, bronze plus iron weapons, and then copper plus iron weapons, was it? Yeah. So, or bronze weapons even. So Illuminati slightly ahead in the villager numbers. Book of Thoth, though. Such a big tech. 10% everything. 10% extra eco. When you should also already be at full villagers anyway. That tech plus the Migdal Stronghold double printing is just so much extra eco. I love this monument to the villagers empowerment. Just stay on it. There's no reason not to stay on it. I mean, maybe it's a bit aggressive being there. Maybe you want it back here so it's underneath the Migdal. Even just empower this one, Monument to the Priest. It's going to give a big radius anyway, but you get all of that healing in. Absolutely huge, huge healing. It's going to be able to push back this side. Is there any siege coming through for Benny? Yes, catapult on the way. Needs those to take down the Migdals. The chariot archers, the camels, they just don't really do enough. But it's going to be able to push through. And yes, we do see it. The Avengers. At least one. At least one coming through. Migdal Stronghold's 4 seconds from being completed. Should be able to get that one done. Does manage to get that one up. Plus double catapult on this backside. Enough healing from the priests. Horus Spheres. Very whelming. Yeah, they're not doing as well as I thought they would do, to be honest. The issue is they do go down quite quick. I think if you went Tar instead, they are a bit tankier. They do slightly less damage, but they are tankier up against the chariot archers. But still, I mean, chariot archers a slap. Now it's going to be... Oh, Benny coming back over here. And the slow siege from the one catapult. This catapult... Oh, no, there is a second one being pushed in. Does manage to go down. Is there any upgrades on these things? No, there's no masons or anything. I think masons and architects are just upgrades which people just don't get. And definitely should be getting them. I like adding in the war elephants against pure chariots. You saw how long one of them just tanked right there. And double temple, double avenger. Why not? In he comes. The issue is, it's the same with every myth unit. If you have one, it's not enough. This might as well just be the motto for every myth unit. Is one is never enough. You always need more than one. One Petzebek, but 3 is good. It's the same as the Avengers. One Avenger in an army isn't good. But if you get 3 in an army, then they start to shred. Or if you want to use one, just send one over here. One against this wins. I like that. I like one breakfast is not enough. Always get 2. 2 of everything. The Petzebeks are starting to mass. 3 of them in. Chariot archers versus chariot archers. What are we? They're basically the same unit here. There is 42% pierce armor on this side because he does have iron shields against the bronze shield or copper shields even for Benny. So just on sheer upgrades, the chariot archers for the blue side is better, but there's just so many. There's just so many Benny chariot archers. Where are they? Did they go down there? Oh, did I miss? I'm sorry, I missed it. Oh, I missed it, and they got 38 kills? Oh, we got to go back and watch that afterwards. Nah, that's not fair. I hate that there's no rewind button. We'll have to watch that. It was 24 minutes in. Okay. Look at them all coming over here. Why is so many sent to one gold mine? And look at these boys. They're just waiting. They're waiting for it. Oh, this is going to be rough. What's a good angle to watch this at? Oh, it's got to be a normal angle. Look at them. Look at them come through. Oh, so many boys trying to mine one gold mine. And in they come. It's going to be disgusting. Oh, they both went the same way too. It could have even been so much better. They get another spin very, very shortly. It looks like Illuminati is microing this one properly as well. So it's disgusting. How 38. So these are just freshly spawned. 38 kills. We got to watch that one afterwards. How are they going to do in the army? They're going to come through and they're going to get melted. Oh, we missed their one chance to shine. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're going to go back and watch that. This is why Petzebek is so good, for anyone wondering. Migdal coming back on this side. Gold mines. There's not that many gold mines left. Illuminati has managed to mine more gold than Benny, but they're going to have to think about trade very, very soon. Benny does have these up here that could get a wall up on this side. He's got a pretty good trade. Whereas Illuminati doesn't really have either corner yet. He does have a Migdal kind of close to this corner, so maybe that's the corner he could also try to go for. But hey-ho. Still just more of these fights. You just see how quickly the spearmen get melted. The villagers all coming back over this side. Is there another Avenger? He's waiting. He's waiting in the wings. He's ready. The Avenger is ready. For Illuminati. He needs to have like a big T on the on here like the old Titans used to, so I can see where he is. But the Petzebek, they're moving too far forwards. Even that though, even the poison damage is not enough to really deal with him. Just pure backline on this side. I know there are some camels on this front side. Here he is. Here he is. Here he is. He's just sending him straight there. There is a lot of gold miners, but how much damage can one Avenger do? We'll stay on him so we can see how much damage he actually does. Oh, it's a ridiculous amount. 845 damage in one swing, and he's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. 69 village. No! Oh, the micro stopped with the Avenger. He did his job. There we go. We did get to witness one. One priest coming over. Avenger goes, all right, no worries. That's what we like to see. Yeah, it's ridiculous how quickly this ability comes up. I don't even know what it says, but it's basically always up. So yeah, if you want to be just disgusting, and have, I don't know, it's probably not viable in many games at all, but go Ra and get Eclipse and this guy, and it's just disgusting. Whether or not you're going to get in a position many games where you have an Avenger to then use Eclipse with, but it's good when you see it. And that is a 30 villager difference. And he is going to be the same on a gold, on a trade, on a caravan trade also. Benny slowly pushing with these Petzebek. Maybe he's pushed a little bit far. There we go. Get the Migdal, yes, get the Migdal stronghold up. Get the monument to the villagers up. This is what we're talking about. This is the ISIS that we like playing. Now get Mr. User Calf over here to the monument to the villagers. Heal up everything and sit underneath this Migdal. Secure this position. This is now yours. Get over here. Get another Migdal up if you really want to. Even though gold is really going to be a bit of a struggle for our red player here. Because the Avenger, he's just waiting. He's waiting there. No! Unfortunately, he is going to be working his way in. The Petzebek have spotted him, so they do run away. But he's going to go after all of them in one go. Look at him go. 3x damage multiplier. 2 crocs for one Avenger. He's going to take that one. In comes the Avenger again. And he's going to go after all those champion chariots. And that's going to be it. Illuminati does manage to take that one with the Avengers. This was a nice little position here. I thought this was going to be enough, but maybe not. A bit of a back and forth. But the Avengers, they're the ones. Yes, it was. Yeah, he didn't have the Pierce armor. The Pierce armor was massive. The 28 versus 42.